18.
We are Dances with Kobolds.
He'd have to roll a nat
tonight-
20 to beat
Is
me.
anybody fucking listening?
You guys here?
Yep.
Not her.
Hello. We are
Right.
Dances with
Brendan's homebrew.
Andy.
Initiate.
Somebody is
Steph, we can't hear you.
Fuck's sake.
She's so coy, sometimes we don't know if she's talking or not.
You're only audible on stream.
Are you kidding me? I'm only audible on the stream.
Wait, no, I heard you that time.
Like, what
Just now.
the fuck is going on? Oh, I don't. Anyway, we are live. Brendan, take it away.
Alright, hello, and welcome to Casgar, the D&D homebrew campaign that I am running with my friends. And tonight I am joined by...
Oh, I guess I'm first time.
You are first.
I'm Andy playing Trox, a half-elf paladin.
I'm Lorne. I'm playing Mary Song, the Tabaxi Bard.
I'm Stephanie. I'm playing Lana Safas, the elf druid.
And I'm Ian, and I'll be playing Dunnikin, a grung fighter. Which should be kind of weird.
I mean, you're Ian. That's what you do.
I like weird characters.
Alright. To give a brief history of the world, since the last little mini-adventure, the land of Casgar has been at peace for over 100 years. 2 centuries ago, the Lich Shigroran was defeated and the kingdom was established. 10 years after the manifestation of Marifa at Saltgate, tensions between Arcanists and the largely anti-magic populace boiled over. There was an open revolt. With the help of the newly established Order of the Ever-Knowing One and its paladins and clerics, the Casgarian army pushed back and defeated the forces of Mothan the Red. But this is not that story. This is the story of a small band of adventurers just at the beginning of their journey. The story begins, as these stories often do, at a tavern. The Sword and Scale, a modest establishment in the modest farming village of Springs Harvest. A small hamlet overseen by the Bright Blade family. Behind the bar is a blue dragonborn male, who meticulously scrubs mugs. Behind him on the wall hangs an ornate blue sword. Sitting at the bar is an old, battle-scarred orc, missing his right arm. Music fills the tavern, coming from the half-elven bard in the corner.
Alright.
The orc is anything but modest. In fact, he's wearing very large, fancy armor that's missing its right arm as well.
Trox is gonna shimmy up to the bar and sit down and order an ale. Ale, please.
The Dragonborn
Wait.
doesn't look up at you as you approach, and he says, he asks what you'll be having when you sit down, and he says, that'll be a cupper. And he goes down, he pours a drink out of the barrel underneath the bar and hands it to you.
And he doesn't look at me, you see.
No, he's looking at the, when you approached, he was looking at the mug in his hand, and he didn't even take his eyes off of it
Okay.
as you asked for the beer, and then he went right back to it.
Are we drinking the same thing?
He is modest after all.
Oh my god.
Are you buying, and do we know each other already?
I don't know that we know each other. I just saw the colorful dragonborn and wanted an ale. I've spent the day... Well, no, I won't tell you what I spent the day.
A blue dragonborn would be an odd sight for you guys. Blue and other chromatic dragonborn don't typically leave the. They don't typically leave
Their homes. Homelands.
their home. No,
Yeah.
the area around the bone fields.
Oh my god, what'd he do?
All
So
right,
Trox asks,
go ahead,
Trox
Trox.
have you, how long have you had this bar? Tavern.
10 years now.
Where'd you come from?
I came from the Bone Fields. My tribe is a bunch of morons. All of them are. So I came out here.
You tried what? You tried doing a beer master there in the whatever Bone Fields. Gave up. Came here.
They don't permit alcohol.
Oh, wow! Really are barbarians then, or Puritans?
The orc that's sitting next to you turns and sort of sizes you up. He says, "Care for a test of strength?"
Huh.
Do you want to arm wrestle? And he sort of flops his not arm around.
His not arm.
I
Not
wanna,
the missing
I'll jump
arm.
over. I want
Yeah.
next.
You want to go next? All right, I'll. Sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whom to bet on. Are we going lefty or righty?
He looks down at his missing arm.
I guess that was kind of crass of me.
I like you. The name is Scrag.
I say Trox,
And
yep.
He holds out his left arm because that's the only one he has.
Yes, Trox.
And
Trox
he shakes
will,
your hand.
Yes, Trox will shake his left hand. So Trox is actually going to relocate here to the corner of the table so we can do our arm wrestling thing. So this poisonous grung that just appeared between us will have to skedaddle for a moment.
To be honest, most people don't accept this after I make the joke about my arm.
Well, admittedly, if you only have one arm, you're using it for everything, so it might actually be stronger than it might otherwise be. So, we're doing athletics checks?
Yeah.
Is there a wager?
I'll buy you a beer.
All right, fair enough.
Oh god, where did his character sheet go?
What? Oh, critical fail.
And with an impressive amount of strength for a very old, gray-haired orc, he slams your hand down onto the bar.
It's more like my hand fell onto the table before we even got nearby.
Ah, don't
And
feel
again,
too
he had
bad.
at least a +5 mod.
He had a +5, yeah.
Yeah, and I have a +4, so I'm not doing too bad. But I
Doda, get this man an ale. And he tosses a few coins onto the bar counter anyway.
All right. So
You're going to need that to nurse your wounded pride.
indeed. All right, I'm stepping back because wasn't there a grung that wanted to take my place?
Yeah, I'll see. I want to try.
Here you go, Shorty.
I'll put on a glove.
He's wearing armor. He's got full scale mail armor on.
Scrag
Does it
does?
have,
Yeah.
But does it have gloves?
Gauntlets?
It does have gauntlets.
He's wearing gauntlets in a bar.
Why not? We are all free people here.
Below the neck, he's basically entirely covered except for the arm that is poking the nub of an arm. It's like halfway down his upper arm.
Yeah.
It's poking out without armor, and his lower arm is visible. His lower right arm or left arm is visible as well. You can see 5 tattoos, rings going around the outside of the arm. And roll me a history check.
Who?
Both of
Me,
you.
Trox?
Now that you've got a close look.
All right.
Come on.
Ha!
Come on.
Wow.
Heidi, come here.
219.
Mama needs your cuddles. Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Oh no, that was Ian's athletics check.
Oh, I can't.
Ian,
I
roll me a
can't
history check.
What?
Come on,
I
come on.
have to roll a history check?
Yeah, Mr. -1.
Tuned out there.
Okay. Dunnigan has no idea what these tattoos are, but Trox, you know that these tattoos signify membership in the Dorn's Defenders, a sort of adventuring guild. And the number of rings indicates the years of service.
Mm-hmm. So
decades of service.
so that would interest me, and I'm wondering if I'm wondering if the grung here is already eager to try his arm, shall we say, or if Trox can interject a question about that. Either
Well, I
way.
rolled it, so I thought we were.
Yeah, so go ahead.
While he's all right, we'll do the wrestling check first, and he's going to talk to you during it.
Okay.
If I can find his, because I keep closing his character sheet. It's extremely close, and while this slow test of strength is going on, with Scrag very slowly edging down, Dunn.
Oh,
He turns to Trox to answer the question.
So how many remind me how many tattoos there were with the
There are 5 rings visible, and each
Right.
ring, with a 19, signifies 10 years of service.
Oh. Wait, so 50 years? Oh, that's right. It's an old half orc.
He's a big, he's
Really?
old, he's covered in scars, and he's got what hair he has left is gray.
All right, Trox will say, I can see 50 years worth of adventuring there on your arm. You must have some stories.
That I do, and as this conversation is going on, he's going slowly closer and closer to the counter with Dunn's hand.
I can use my try and get more leverage with my climb speed by sticking to the bar top.
Give me another athletics check.
Oh,
And again, beating you just by 1. Very slowly, continuing down towards the
okay.
bar.
So now I've got both my feet up on the bar, and I'm like,
And he's
pushing
having
up.
to try with Dunn. He just smashed Trox's hand into the bar. He's not like ignoring you, barely paying attention. He's trying. He's just having a conversation at the same time.
Another lip-wristed paladin.
So Trox will continue. When have you retired?
He looks down at his half arm. I have.
I wouldn't be.
I'm the contact for this village now.
Oh.
They like to throw their old wounded veterans somewhere they can do paperwork and ugh.
Oh wait, are you scouting for new recruits, or are you finding homes for old ones?
I do occasionally scout for new recruits, but mostly I take contracts from the villagers.
Oh, I see.
Send them up the chain.
Oh, I see. So you're a manager,
Give me one more athletics check, Ian.
agent.
No.
And that's all it takes. Into the bar.
You see Lana come up from behind Scrag and just giggle a little bit. Oh, you're more than just a paper pusher. You provide so much entertainment at the local bar. And then she'll
Yeah.
go on another.
I almost broke.
Wait, so Lana is a druid. What race?
Elf.
You're not saying it right.
He is.
Is it Lana?
Lana!
Oh God, my ex. What?
What?
I am going to be getting these jokes throughout the entire campaign, and I don't care.
You are.
Anyway,
So-
anyway, I'm
So
Lana.
Scrag, what are? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So continue that introduction.
Yeah, so I'm Lana. I've been working here in the village for a little while now. Nice to meet you, Trox and Dunnikin. And that's it, the end.
Trox will nod a greeting to Lana.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the adventures on or what are the jobs on offer right now, Scrag? That you're trying to recruit for.
Scrag opens his mouth to start to respond, but when he does so, the entrance to the tavern slams open, and in hurries an older halfling woman and a much younger halfling man. The woman has gray hair and a wrinkled face. Her clothes are well made, but plain and caked in dirt. Her skin is tanned from long hours in the sun. Behind her, the young man has brown hair and similar clothing. He carries a bundle of parchment and has a quill tucked behind his ear. He struggles to keep pace with the much older woman who moves with intent up to the bar.
All right. There she is.
Where's that? I don't see them. Oh, there.
Verna.
Yeah, Verna and Alder.
Good thing
I'll
there's a
give
spot
them
for them.
a wave. I'll give them a wave.
Verna ignores you and moves straight up to Scrag.
Mm-hmm.
Scrag,
Is that a hobbit? Is Alder a hobbit?
They're
Yes.
halflings.
Yes.
She looks like a hobbit.
Halflings are hobbits.
That looks like a hobbit.
Halflings are the
not really.
non-copyright infringing version
Yes.
that D&D uses for Hobbit.
I'm saying that token looks incredibly copyright infringing hobbit-like.
It's like the face is like 5 pixels across, so it's kind of hard to tell. All right, what does Verna say, if anything?
Scrag, Donar, it's happened again, she says, her voice filled with sorrow. The Greenleafs are gone. My cousin found their house empty this morning. We need to do something. Lana, you've been in this village for a few days. You would know what she's talking about. The last couple of nights, families have gone missing. It's been... At first, the first family, it was immediately thought, bear, something got into the house. They ran out and got mauled outside.
Mm-hmm.
And it was raining that night. All the blood washed away. That was all. The second family, the Anders, disappeared last night. Same thing, no rain. Just doors open, they were gone in the morning. And now Good Earth has come up to Scrag and said it's happened a third time.
My
Trucks.
goodness.
Yeah. Trox will, of course, be interested to overhear things, but it's none of his business, so he won't ask any question.
Scrag turns away and he gets off of his bar stool and says, All right. I was wrong. Once is a tragedy, twice a coincidence, but 3 times. That's a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
You said the Greenleafs? They were just like the others. They were all at the edge of town. I'm not in fighting shape anymore, but I'll send a letter to Concourse and get some defenders down here.
Well,
Is there... Trox will kind of pipe in and say, forgive me for overhearing. Are you afraid that there's any family in particular that might be the next target?
Verna turns to the younger halfling Bossider and says, Alda, get the town map out. And this younger halfling male sort of struggles up to the bar. This section of the bar that you guys are at is actually higher than the section on the right. The section on the right is for halflings, because this village is mostly halfling, and it is actually significantly lower.
Okay.
So he actually has to hop up onto the stool to put the map down. And he goes and he circles these houses, 1, 2, and 3, and it's the northernmost houses in the village.
Okay.
These are wide, spread out farms, not houses in town.
Mm-hmm.
I can help. I'm a druid, and we have special skills that could lend us. That I could lend you, Scrag.
He leans back. He sits back down in his chair. He props himself up on his left arm. It has been a while since I found any new blood.
Well, I mean, if it's just a matter of, say, camping out near this farm where you think it might happen next, then that's easy enough.
Or we could also look for clues at the last place, depending on how close it is.
Is there anything else connecting the... It's 3 families now, 3 homes. North side of town, looking more like an abduction versus a predator. Are they related? Family ties?
Verna speaks up and she says, No, the Greenleafs are not hobbits, are halflings. And the Andas and the Timberfalls, they're human.
No obvious connections there. Are they all?
What were their jobs?
The Andas and the Greenleafs farmed the Tinderfalls. They cut lumber, sold it in town.
I guess it is just location.
The Greenleafs had a child. This abduction is especially troubling.
Do you happen to know if the logging is shifted to a new area of the forest? Have they made someone unhappy in the forest?
Alder pipes up again. No, they've been logging in the same area they have been for the past few months.
Oh, but it's just a few months.
Yes, they rotate
Put my tea up.
All right.
a few different areas of the forest.
What time of day is it, by the way?
It's mid-afternoon.
Oh, so if we finished up our beer and went over to the houses that were vacated, I wonder if we might find something that links them. But I mean, this is kind of Scrag's turf, right, Scrag?
Wry smile has sort of popped up on his face.
Yeah.
You lot, do what you will. I will observe. And he's smiling.
All right. There's something you're not telling us?
I speak up. Yeah. I'm certain if we were able to glean any information that it would be well received and reasonably rewarded, should we be able to provide enlightenment as to what has happened and save anyone if possible.
Scrag nods. A normal defender's contract for this sort of thing would be 50 gold.
A fair enough price.
And Aldair looks through pulls out another piece of paper, a parchment, looks through it. We have that to spare in the discretionary funds.
Of course. Let's go help them, everyone.
Do we have access to the homes that have already been suffered these abductions? Can we?
You may visit.
In theory, no one should be there. So I mean,
like the family.
Verna speaks up. Well, not entirely. The Timberfells, the husband's brother, he's there. Man named Roderick.
Roderick, okay. We can go talk to him. Ask around.
Well, I would suggest that we make that be our last stop. Check out the other two, which I presume are still unoccupied.
That would be a reasonable assumption to make.
Okay. That being the case, then you would be able to send word that we would be coming to investigate, so that
Right.
they would not be caught unawares, and we would not be caught in a situation where we might have to defend ourselves if they turn hostile.
Elder, you're with them. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. How far away are these homes?
Oh. By the time we get to the Timber Falls, it'll be nightfall.
Oh, so they're pretty far out then.
Yeah, this is assuming you guys are spending some time at each location. This is this is a farming village, you know? Things are spread
Right.
out.
So we
If
might.
it's gonna be nighttime by the time we get to the first. What's the
By the time you get to
next
the last.
Oh, last. Okay.
By the time, if you're spending time investigating,
What's the
By the time you
next
get to the last.
closest village or next closest house? Should we stop there as well?
Yeah, we presumably sleep in one of the abandoned or vacated houses.
there is a vacant house that would be, were it occupied, would be a reasonable next target.
We could stay
So
there
we
for
could
the night.
we could go there. Assume that whoever's doing these, for lack of a better word, attacks or abductions or whatever, may not know anything about the town and is just hitting house and then house and then house. And if that's the case, they will hit us there, and we will be ready.
Mm-hmm.
I may leave before then, right?
Well, according to your preference.
As you wish, Elder.
So you guys are heading to the first house?
Yes, let's do the first house first, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do the first house first.
As you're walking down the main street, you pass a bulletin board.
Okay.
With several postings, mostly about, I need 8 cattle. I'll trade you 10 barrels of beer or whatever. But when you're passing there, there's a farmer nailing something to the board.
What does it say?
We pause enough to see what it says. Or walk up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted. Mysterious predator. Ate 2 prized hogs. 10 gold reward is what is written on it.
Somebody ate 2 of your hogs. Oh dear.
Where were they stolen? Or eaten?
Right out of the stables. I have private stables in town for my prized animals. And it was eaten right out of the stables.
Where are the stables?
Skeletons.
North side of town, by chance?
No, they're down that way. And he points off east down a side street.
Oh. Alright.
Well,
Well.
definitely, we hope to look into it.
I hope you do. You folk look smart. We've lost
ju-
poor
you.
Bessie.
just, a
Poor
point of,
Bessie.
just a point of clarification. Were they taken or were they slain in place?
They were eaten. Badly.
And there were
They
remains
was-
left over?
Skeletons.
Just pure skeleton.
That's right. Never seen anything like it.
Completely clean.
That's right.
Good lord. Well, I guess we continue on and we'll remember another possible mystery to investigate.
Alright, so you guys go along, and Alder leads you to the first house, the closest house. You pass the unoccupied one. He points to it. I'm actually going to move you to that map, because it's convenient. You go by, you go to the second one.
Apparently the minstrels from the
The
tavern
green
are
leaf.
following us. Oh,
No,
nice.
nobody's following you.
I have no vision.
I know. Give me a second. I'm going to drop dynamic lighting from this so that you guys know what it looks like, because you'd have time to look at the house. Okay. So you go to the second house. The Greenleaf family. It's sort of a tight fit for most of you guys because it is a halfling family.
Yep.
You find small 2-bedroom house, not too dissimilar from this one, just significantly smaller.
Wait, so this is
the actual, like, the house you guys are going to be. I'm assuming you guys are going to decide to stake out.
okay.
Yeah, that seems like the best option unless we come across,
So I'm just giving you vision
leads
so
that
you
tell
guys
us
can.
differently.
Yeah, I'm giving you guys vision so you can see sort of a general arrangement if you want to plan anything in advance. Yeah. So you get to the house alongside Alder, and there's nobody there.
Any? Can we do any check for tracks and things like that around?
Yeah, give me a survival check to look for tracks.
Okay.
Is this the empty house or this the first house?
This is the empty house that you guys are
Look
going
at
to presumably hide in, or hide near, wherever you decide to do it.
Sure.
So yeah, both those, you guys with impressive survival checks, there are indeed footprints, not leading along the path, but instead leading through dirt and heading north.
Tracks. Bipedal.
Tracks. They are indeed bipedal. However, they don't look like any beast you've ever seen before, or any humanoid you've ever seen before. They're big circles.
Oh. Like someone on stilts.
No, big circles.
Big
Like
logs.
tree trunks?
Like, not that big. Probably about 5 or 6 inches
Elephants?
around. Like,
Small elephants.
you don't think elephants. Yeah, you don't think small bipedal elephants did this.
I'm guessing I do not. None of us recognize these.
Not from the tracks alone, no. If you roll me a nature check.
Sure.
I think Stephanie's. Oh. Well, let's see how I do. No, I'm poor at this.
You've got 3 characters who are very...
Oh, crit!
Wow, double crit!
Motherfucker!
Steph. Holy shit. Okay. You, looking at these tracks, you actually find... You're not quite sure what it is exactly. But looking at these tracks, you notice a little bit of material that is, like, snagged on a branch or a twig. And you pick it up and you examine it. And it's not cloth. And with your very in tune senses with nature, you figure out that it's some kind of mushroom or fungus.
That
A
what's
large
been
fungus did this?
that what's been scraped off onto a twig is fungus?
Yeah, some
Yes.
form of fungus.
Like a shambling mound?
That'd be an awful lot of...
Or something that had been dormant for a very, very long time and had some lichen growing on it. Like anything that big could be
Lichen?
some
Oh,
sort of golem or. Does this do
And
the tracks
give the
remind
fungus
me
golem.
of Shigorn's creatures? Being as I was a teenager during that time period.
None that you can think of. His creatures were mostly undead or constructs.
He didn't do lichen.
Also, you grabbed it. Give me a con save.
Oh, nice. God. Okay,
For-
Steph is dead.
Okay. For a brief second, you think you hear something, but it goes away.
I will put it down and scrub of my hands. With soap and water.
Soap? Where do you have that?
Soap is a thing that's been around for centuries. I would have it in my bag. Yeah, there's like a grooming kit.
Yeah. And now that you know what to look for, you would find these tracks at the Anders house as well.
Oh.
Were the tracks organic, or were they like perfectly symmetrical?
They were
like
organic.
They were man-made. Okay, so it was like a footprint, not a round foot of a statue.
Right.
Or golem.
Or someone walking on paint cans.
Or with their feet inside buckets.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So you find these same tracks later on the other two houses as well.
Are we using this map for the other two houses?
No. The next house you get to was the Anders' house, and that is very similar again, but it's got it's the house. Alder informs you that it's the house of two couples that live together. The brothers both have their wives in the house with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they work the same farm together.
And all four disappeared.
That's correct.
Climb up on the roof and see if there's any clues up there.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Very good.
We're doing pretty well.
You see a very, very big farming village. Not big as in populated, but big as in, it takes up a lot of space because it's a farming village. From here, though, you can't really see the tracks. Nor can you see really anywhere they might be going.
Or anything that could be making them. And it definitely didn't come through the roof.
You don't think so? The doors have all been broken. That's why they thought it was a bear originally. They just broke through the door.
So whatever we're coming up against is going to be strong.
Sorry, say it again. The door was... What's the state of the door?
The doors in the houses you've come to so far have been bashed in. Not
okay.
necessarily something that would require ungodly strength. These are, cheap wooden buildings
right.
in the backwoods.
Mm-hmm.
Decent
There's
enough
not
force
exactly
that you'd want to not get hit with it multiple times, though.
Yeah.
So let's search the house, I guess.
Roll me investigation.
Stop doing all the negative ones.
We're rolling well.
I'm sorry that you have literally got a -1 on every mental check. Alright, investigation. It seems to be a normal house. You do find a dull sword. Oh no, you're not at that house yet. No, it's just a normal house. You don't find anything in particular that would strike you as being important.
These are some nice curtains.
And Christians didn't do so because they thought it. What was the reason? There was a reason that you didn't clean yourself in the Middle Ages.
I remember that being more of a misinterpretation than anything else. Baths were still a thing in ancient Europe, and you still cleaned yourself regularly. That's like a something we made up about the past. That's not actually what happened.
Well, now there definitely was a period in the Middle Ages when
there is soap in this kingdom. I'm going to say that. I'm going to end this discussion.
Yeah.
There's soap.
Technically speaking, in Middle Ages, yes, they bathed, but they didn't do it as frequently as we do today.
Right, but
It was
but it
one
also
of those
wasn't
things that
just,
was like weekly at the most.
Oh, so
I
like
don't
when
even-
you
at the least.
like when you
my point was
yourself with concrete.
right. My point was though that it wasn't just lack of interest, but there was actually a strong moral.
Against it.
Well, actually, it was healthier to stay dirty because it gave you a barrier against other infections and irritants.
Right.
Also,
It
you
was
gotta remember, just because they're not having baths doesn't mean they're filling up like a water jug in a basin and just giving themselves a quick scrubby, like every
Yeah.
day or every
That being
every couple
said-
of days instead of like a full-on bath.
That being said, on to the search.
Yes, sorry about
Thank you, Lauren.
Gotta
All right,
love D&D.
You guys don't smell that badly, except for Dunn, I'm assuming.
Well, we're all used to the smell.
Well, Dunn literally lived in a sewer.
So,
All
doors bashed.
Front door's bashed.
Yeah.
Nobody's in the
Door
house.
bashed.
There aren't really signs of a struggle. What was that, Ian?
Is the back door also smashed?
There is no back
Wide
door. These are
open?
mostly,
Okay.
these are all mostly single door.
Is there
houses.
any indication of when these abductions happened? Like, were people dragged out of their beds at night, or were they called out of the house?
Yeah, is there like a sign?
There doesn't seem to be any signs of forced entry beyond the entrance to the houses. None of the other doors were bashed in, even though they
Right,
have
I mean-
locks.
I mean, if the doors were destroyed, then presumably the inhabitants were called out and then taken away. They were inside, probably at night, and the door was bashed in, and then somehow
That is a
subdued.
reasonable inference to make.
Lana, do
Yeah?
you know of any sort of, mushrooms or fungus that can addle the mind and put you in a subceptive state?
Oh, dozens.
That's not even a nature check. That's just common knowledge.
That is
okay,
more
any-
personal experience.
And more so, any ones that have some form of sentience and can move about.
Not so much ones that can have sentience and can move about, but it's possible for some person to drug someone's food or tea. Unless there is one that a gigantic mushroom person that in this world that I would know about, Brendan.
Roll me a nature check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
You've never heard of any sort of walking mushrooms that could influence people's mind. You've encountered in your 200 years, you've encountered living mushrooms, but none that had any sort of effect on the mind.
Okay, I will relay this to the party.
Fungus. Well,
Next house?
there's only so much we can infer here, and
Does
look
anyone
forward-
else have a better investigation?
well,
Nobody's
Oh!
beaten a 10 yet.
oops.
I'll roll perception if that helps.
No,
Sure,
you guys have perceived everything you could really perceive here.
All right.
Alright, I will turn to Alder and ask,
Oh,
did
did
you...
Oh, sorry, did Andy do an investigate?
I have a -1, so I'm probably not going to be.
Dude, roll it. Everyone else, we're all out.
All right, I'll poke around too.
No, you don't
Ah!
find anything
Yeah,
new or interesting.
yeah.
I will
You
turn
do
to-
actually
oh.
with a 10, you and Ian.
Yeah,
All the valuables are still there.
yeah. No
The-
surprise.
what gold they have is there. These are farmers. It's not much, but they have gold and it's still there.
Right. I guess that's consistent with the.
And when he
curious
sees it,
eater.
Alder
Yeah,
takes it,
puts it.
puts it in a bag, writes it down.
Okay, good. More appropriate than our doing it.
I'll also ask Alder if he knew the victims well.
Well, the Greenleafs I've known most of my life. The close friends of my family's. But I didn't have that much contact with the Timber Falls or the Anders beyond what was required by my mother or my grandmother.
Did they hang out often, or?
I would assume so. They were the closest house to each other.
So no tales about them finding something while plowing a field? Nothing?
None that I know.
Is that a basement on the side?
There's a cellar for storing. This would have been at the house you guys would presumably hide at. The one that would be the most logical next target. It's just a root cellar.
Okay. Wait, let me double check my character sheet.
Can you guys see the outlines now of the inside bits that you couldn't see?
Yeah, it's all grayed out.
But you can see it, so that's good.
I see half of something.
Oh, you never went far enough back. Oh, you don't have dark vision, so I can't do that. Alright, but you know what they look like. Alright, so you guys go to the next couple houses. At the Anders house, same thing. Empty, front door smashed, tracks leading off. Valuables still there, but that's about it.
All pointing, going in the roughly the same direction?
All of the tracks leading north of town.
Would I, knowing the area, are there any caves north of town?
You would not have spent long enough here to know that.
Okay.
But the one who has spent his whole life here.
Yep, Alder
halfling
says that he's never heard of any caves. It's not something you would go looking for, a cave. Actually, you would really rather not find a cave on your property or near your property, because something big and scary might use it as a shelter, like a bear might use a cave as a shelter, and you wouldn't want that.
Absolutely not.
Unless you eat bear. So,
I guess, I don't get wild shape until next level. Shit.
I think I had beast shape at level 1, but it was... Or no, do you just have spellcasting?
I think I just have spellcasting, yeah.
You have spellcasting and druidic.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's not saying... Yep.
Alright, so you get to the third house, the Timber Falls. The first family to be abducted. It was a husband, a wife, and their oldest daughter.
Eldest daughter?
That's not how I should phrase that. The adult daughter. Their adult daughter still lived with them.
Oh. Kind of like hipster.
No.
Like a millennial.
A millennial, I should say.
Most of us are millennials.
Probably more around the lines of she was unwed, not necessarily being courted, and thus was still living with her parents because it was a place to stay and she had work.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Anyway, but there right now is Roderick Timberfall, the brother of the husband and uncle of the adult daughter.
I will say hello.
What are you doing here?
We're investigating.
Private property.
We're investigating.
And he sees Alder. Like, oh, never mind. What are you lot doing here?
I guess I'll defer to Alder to explain.
He says hello, Roderick, and he explains the situation that you guys are investigating.
Mm-hmm. It's very strange. Do you happen to have any information about the family?
I haven't spoken that much to my brother or his wife in a few years, but this is still difficult. I don't know anything that had happened to them the last 2 years, but you're investigating, right?
Yes.
If
Yes.
you were to happen to find a ring, my brother always wore it. If you could find this ring, you'd be rewarded. It's a family heirloom.
We'll do our best.
Okay. We've looked at a few other houses, and it doesn't look like the valuables were really taken. Although there are some consistent patterns of tracks and things like that. So we'd be surprised if the abduction was related to the ring.
It might not have been, but he always wore it. Always. He never took it off.
I might be a bit presumptive, but why haven't you talked to your brother in 2 years?
We got into an argument over something stupid, and now I will never be able to apologize.
What was it over, if you don't mind me asking?
This house. Who got the house when our father died?
Oh, I'm
It's
guessing
so stupid now.
such things often are. I know you haven't talked to your brother in a while, but did any of you ever notice any strange occurrences near the house? Ancient ruins or
He is
strange
going to make a
sightings?
history check.
Me or him?
He is. No, not that I remember.
Have you ever seen large creatures lurking about?
No, never. Just occasionally bears, but this is not bears.
Absolutely, this is not bears. We believe it to be some sort of large creature, possibly something very old. Do you happen to know where, is there a place nearby where any lichen grow? Or caves, or anything to the north?
Normal forest stuff. There's always lichen on trees and mushrooms in the forest.
And I guess the forest is that way, pointing to the north?
Their house, this final house, the most northern house in the village, is actually in woods. It's not really a farming house. It's a logging house. It's for you are woods all around.
Ah, I see. So how long have you been here?
Came yesterday and haven't left since. I slept in my old room.
And you notice nobody lurking about or anything like that?
No.
Alright, anyone else have any questions?
Nope.
You know what? I will unwrap
Sorry, I was muted and I just had a question.
What's the question?
Remind me how long ago the abduction from this house took place.
It's been one, then the next day another, and the next day another. So this would have been 3 days ago.
Oh, okay, so very recent.
Oh, 3 nights ago.
Okay. Have we done a search around the house yet for the same sorts of tracks?
You found them.
Okay. All right.
You know what to look for now.
Okay. Are the tracks followable into the forest? Do they peter out after a while?
They do indeed go into the forest.
All right. If it's not getting dark, I might be interested in following them.
It is starting to get dark.
Okay.
All right, we need
So,
to do
It's
We'll-
early evening. It's probably about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Okay, I have a question for the halfling. There's be a fairly decent record kept of what the annual weather trends seem to be, and I would be asking, what's the generally accepted anticipation on weather conditions in the next 72 hours?
It's late fall, by the way. The harvest festival that this village has happened a few weeks prior. So this is it's starting to get nippy. You're in the northern part of the country.
It's more would be fairly unconcerned that the tracks would be worn away by the elements if we gave it the night.
Roll me a nature check. See if
This'll be
see if
fun.
see if you can manage to predict the weather.
I'll assist.
Because you're not going to be able to predict
on.
rain based on whether there was rain this day last year.
I'll roll.
Snow is
Well, no,
probably
it's more any farming town worth their salt would know the general trends of the season.
yeah, but you're not
and-
gonna be able to predict
Yeah.
whether or not it's going to
Well,
rain.
that's
it
why I'm
might be
asking
more
the
likely to
halfling who's-
rain.
Well, that's why I'm asking the halfling who should, in theory, know this stuff.
Well, he wouldn't know like it's going to rain tonight.
No, but he would know that
Because it rained this night last year. It'll be like
Well, it'd
yeah,
be
it
based on
rains
what
maybe.
the temperature and conditions have been for the last few days. If it continues that
You
trend,
were
would-
not aware of meteorology. That is not a thing.
Can I
You
feel
just-
it in my skin?
You can feel it in your bones if you're old. But none of you are that old.
But I breathe through my skin, so I should be able to tell how moist the air is. If it's getting moister, it could be raining.
Yeah, you can tell if it's raining or not.
You can tell when it's raining.
Yep. Is it raining?
It's not raining right now, no.
Oh, shit.
It is a little bit early for it to start snowing, so you don't think it's going to snow or anything tonight?
Okay, here's a secondary question then. Of all the tracks, does it seem like they deviate at all from their given direction? Or is
They
it
walk
literally
around
like
obstacles.
but they always continue back to the same.
Yeah, they generally go
Direction.
north, but they avoid obstacles. They avoid going up hills.
Avoid
They
going
avoid
uphill,
going up
hills.
hills?
Yeah, like if it's a steep hill, they go around.
Okay, so
Is
they
it-
take they take the most reasonable route.
Yeah.
To get towards their final destination, but they always tend to continue towards the same ending point.
Yep.
So in theory, we could, take note of that point and be able to reference it later.
You would
If we
have a
had to
general
continue on.
direction. You would not have a specific point.
But it will put us within
Yeah.
a 10-degree cone of where we want to go.
Roughly. You don't know the distance, but as long as the
Yeah.
tracks don't fade,
Well, I
it doesn't
assume
matter anyway.
it'd be well. Okay, how long has it been between attacks?
It's every night for the past 3 nights.
Every night. So it has to be within a day's travel if it's the same perpetrator.
If it's the same
Oh,
perpetrator.
half day's travel there and back if it's the same perpetrator. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do next?
I'll show him the mushroom or lichen we found.
Which him?
The Roderick.
He looks at it. I've never seen this before.
Really?
Let me insight check that.
All right, roll me an insight check.
I want to try that as well.
Steph, you believe him to be telling the truth.
Because I'm a mom, and they just know when people lie.
So, what do you mean you've never seen it? You mean the
mean,
lichens
it's-
you're familiar with are
It looks
definitely
like-
not one.
Anything that I've seen growing.
Is it the color or this the look or the?
It's weird. It's oddly shaped. Like it's a
No.
cut out of something.
Okay.
It's it's got like skin on one bit, and the rest is
Yeah.
fleshy material,
Ugh, okay.
and it's much bigger than it's much wider than a normal mushroom would be,
Alright, I think it's
like the
time...
fleshy bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to stake out some territory at a place we think there might be another abduction.
That's what we're doing.
Visitation.
Yes.
Let's call
We should also have some fire ready in case it is plant-based or has some sort of poisonous
Well, there's probably a
moss.
fire going in. Probably a fire going in these places, anyways, right?
Yeah, but
if you wanted to make it to look lived in, you would probably light candles, so there was light coming from the inside.
yeah. So I have a plan where we'd make a lot of noise, being like, "Oh, we just moved to a neighborhood. We are a happy family."
A happy family of a tabaxi, an elf, a grung, and I forget what your
Half
character
elf.
is.
Or a non-traditional family. But how happy we are in this new house. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
And Duncan pulls a small red beanie with a helicopter on the top out of nowhere.
Oh, that reminds me of my Zeb.
So that's what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
So where are you? Where are you? Where are you hiding in this house? Or are
On the
you just
roof.
sitting in the front room?
Oh, wait, this house? But this house has already been visited.
No, this is the house that you guys were.
Oh, I'm gonna, I'll go take
I
a
didn't make the other
watch.
house.
All right.
I'll take watch on the chimney. I'll climb to the top of the chimney.
Okay.
I will take
The one
watch on the second story. I'll have my longbow ready to go.
Is there a
Also,
second story?
Are you guys
Donna,
stealthy?
you do
'Cause
not
we don't
have
want to scare them off.
Dark vision, so you're
I
gonna have
do.
issues seeing.
Oh, is there a full moon tonight?
No, there's not.
Well,
Wait, hang on.
I have dark vision, but I'm not particularly stealthy.
I will
There
go
is
up. I will go up because I have dark vision and I am particularly stealthy.
Okay, because the last thing we want to do is just not see anything because we're detected. That'd be-
yeah, we should also like cover our mouths and try our best.
I can't even get into the house.
Yeah, hang on. Let me
cover our mouths. Why are we covering
Yeah,
our
that
mouths?
works.
Is a flu?
Spores. They might have
Oh.
used them to stupefy people.
All right.
That's true.
There's 3 rooms. There's a master bedroom up here, smaller bedroom over here for a child.
I can't get into any of the rooms.
I know.
So wait,
just-
we can.
where do you want to hide? And there's a storeroom over on the left.
I don't want to hide over there. I want to see the thing when it bashes in the door. I'm going to go right there.
You're gonna hide on the front porch.
Oh, we're not in the house then.
You're on the front porch. There's a house.
Yeah. I'll just be. Oops, I can't get in.
What
Okay,
is so weird?
Does the roof support my weight?
How much do you weigh? It's not great
Ah.
construction. It's farmhouse.
I'm just going to be at the table here.
I haven't actually calculated that yet.
Is there
Roll it.
windows?
Roll it. There are not windows.
Must have some.
I
Corn.
will check the cellar.
The cellar appears to be empty.
All right, and I will make sure it is.
This was an
locked.
abandoned house.
I will make
Okay,
sure
you
that
can
it's
go.
locked.
You don't really have a lock, but you could drive. You could hold the door shut with like a wooden beam or something inside the
Yeah,
the handles.
yeah, I could do that. I
Alright.
will perch up against any window, face mask covered.
There is no windows.
Okay, so there are no windows.
How high is the ceiling?
6 feet, 7 feet.
Oh, it's a halfling house.
So I'll
No,
climb
it's just
up.
not. They're not built very high because why
Okay.
would you build 10-foot ceilings when you could build 7-foot ceilings and be fine?
Because I can go up here. How much room is there between the top of the door and the ceiling?
Couple feet.
A foot.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
pull
not
up
even.
there with my weapon ready for anybody to burst down the door and
Okay.
stick the ceiling.
Oh, what are you doing, Lord?
I'm looking up the
Oh yeah.
height ranges of tabaxi.
Ooh, better yet, drop and stab whoever comes, whatever monster comes to the door.
All right, I am going to hide behind that door with sort of an eye to the front door And I'm preparing not only my longbow, but to cast Fairy Fire on anything that enters into.
Bear in mind, Fairy Fire is an AoE. It's going to hit everyone.
Right. I know. I was just going to say we don't want to turn the. We don't want to turn
right.
the
It is an AoE.
Well, hopefully. Well, this will work. Does Froggy really need to be there over the door? Why don't you just hang out at the table with me for the
Yeah, I
evening?
can do that.
Yeah.
I was more ambushing.
I know,
Gordon,
but-
you want to just roll?
Yeah, I'm looking up what to
Roll
add to the
2d10.
rolls.
No, that's height. Roll 2d4.
Yeah, 2d4 times.
Times 2d10.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, 2d4 times 2d10.
Okay, so
And then add 90 pounds. And the 2d10 is your height added. Alright, you guys got your... Oh, he's deciding if he wants to be on the ceiling or not.
Yeah, I can sit by the fire.
You can hide in the kids' room with me.
So you guys are making face masks?
Yes, we are.
So you weigh 200 pounds. You're not sitting on the ceiling.
I rolled 2 4s and a 9 and a 6.
You're a fat little tabaxi, man.
no,
lucky you're that
like,
dexterous.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
You're just you're on the upper bounds for tabaxi.
You're not fat.
No, I'm not
Reasonable.
fat because I have no strength and I'm very dexterous. So
Why is he being so sassy right now? Is it because he's so fat?
Just pick a number then. You don't need to do the roll. Or don't
Fine.
hide on the ceiling if you're
fine,
a
I'm
fat cat.
190.
Come on, Garfield.
Alright, you're 190. That's probably not going to be supported by the ceiling.
Fine, I will stay indoors then.
Which looks like a thatched ceiling, right?
Yeah, it's a basic. It's very cheap construction.
Yeah.
All right, you guys where you want to be?
Yep.
We're just all waiting in the middle room, except for Lana, who's hiding in a side door.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave the door open.
Yeah.
Well,
leave it
considering
open
anything
and
that
cracked.
comes at us will be coming through the door.
Wait.
Yeah, so I'm
why
not
are
gonna
we-
bother to.
Wait, why are we leaving the door open? That would alert them as well.
No, I'm leaving the door open on the dynamic lighting to make it easier.
All right.
Token layer. Okay. I mean, you guys were jumping all around and on top of these tokens. They're just on the GM layer. Everybody roll me a
So-
stealth check.
Ooh, I got
Right.
that.
At disadvantage for Dunnigan and Trox because they're in heavy armor.
Although we do have candles going around, so we want to kind of make the house look lived in, but not make our intentions clear.
Okay, so 7, or a 9 rather, a 17, a 13,
Jeez, we got a 24.
Steph?
though.
and a 21. You look at their passive.
Jeez,
Stealthy, stealthy, stealthy.
that was the lowest one.
Okay. No, you weren't. Ian got a 9.
Oh, disadvantage.
He's wearing heavy armor.
Wait, he's a grung wearing heavy armor?
He is.
Wait,
Yep.
that would cover your poisonous skin. I would.
Wait, is chainmail heavy armor or is it medium?
Chainmail is heavy. Chainmail is base AC, no adding. Your dex.
But it's not heavy. Then I thought it was medium.
No, chainmail is heavy. Chain shirt's medium.
All right.
Chainmail is the default heavy armor
Yeah.
that you start with. All right, so not surprised. So no surprise round. Anybody roll initiative? Smash! Smash! Boom! The door smashes in.
Nice. Nice.
Again, this
Look
is
at
not an incredibly impressive display of physical strength. These are not very well made doors. And
Well,
the
fine.
two mushroom
It's probably
men-
it's probably what, a 15 roll?
Brendan didn't spend much on the special effects in this adventure.
these two mushroom men walk in.
Do they have steel boots?
They don't. They have big round circle feet.
What, like the tracks?
Well, so Trox will say, "Well, that explains it."
They have feet that look like what you would expect a mushroom to have for feet.
I assume
I would have thought
they're
cilia.
shoes. I thought
They're
their
like
shoes would
they're
be
like
lengths of
two
wall.
mushroom stalks. They're like two mushroom stalks, like a mushroom stalk that separates into two smaller mushroom stalks.
What?
So Trox loses a turn laughing.
What do you
We
mean? What?
need a picture. We need a picture. Where's the picture?
All right, hang on. Let me find the. Let me find what I was picturing. Give me a second. Let me find the mushroom men from Dark Souls.
So they.
So that's where you stole this from.
No, it's not. That's just what I was picturing.
It's time like these. I kind of wish I had picked up a ranged weapon.
Where's the roll 20? Vaguely like that.
Question: Does giving someone CPR poison them?
What?
All right.
Giving someone CPR poison them?
Yes.
Gotcha.
But I don't think that the mushroom men work that way. So, all right.
They're
so
probably immune to poison. Yeah.
Also,
All right.
I had fairy fire prepared to
You
launch.
If you would have done that, you would have used your spell slots up very quickly because preparing a spell uses up the spell slot immediately.
I have 4 spell slots.
Yeah, but you would have been doing that all night to be ready to do it.
Oh,
Wait,
no,
you
wait.
have 4 spell slots?
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Oh, you should have 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
druids have
wait.
2.
Sorry. I know 4 spells. I have 2 spell slots. I flipped them. Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
That's a bit more reasonable.
So,
All right, Lana, what do you do?
Lana's up first.
I'm gonna cast fairy fire on them.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily hit them without hitting the thing. So it's a dex save.
1 sec.
What's your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 13.
Okay, so the one on the left succeeds. It just sort of very slowly moves out of the way. But the one on the right is caught. So it's glowing now.
What was the? Oh, you did fairy fire.
Yeah, I did fairy
So-
fire. The one that's glowing, everyone has advantage on.
All right.
So what color was that?
Violet.
like a violet. What is it like a?
Is it
There's
30
a-
feet?
Not a shrieker, but a violet fungus.
It's a 20-foot cube.
No, the light. Does it actually make them glow?
It
Yeah.
does. It makes them glow. It's 10 feet radiant dim light.
All of the other mushrooms
Yeah. They shed dim light for 10 feet.
Okay.
Ha ha ha.
used to laugh and call them.
Dunnigan.
For the stream, do you mind? Can you put a little
Complaining about my
camera
sing-
there? Because I can't see the mushroom people with the shadows and the light and all that fun stuff.
Hang on.
Let me see. So it's
Trox
5,
is
10 feet, and then I'm going to. You said it was 7 feet high?
Yeah, it's about 7 feet high.
So I'm going to go up the wall and then kind of attack down and out to the top of the door at that guy's head. So somebody can stand below me and fight as well.
That works.
yeah.
The
Trox.
door is a little bit to the left.
I
would
can
be-
move.
Yeah, you'd,
Do
be,
I have to move or can I go? I guess it would give him cover if I don't.
you'd also get an
I
attack.
can't see outside.
You'd be able to. Oh, you don't have vision
Like that'd be a problem.
because you don't have light.
No,
Yeah.
he needs to rotate his token in
Oh,
order to be
yeah,
able to
yeah.
see it. And in theory, it should be lit up because the one next to him failed and is giving out
Yeah.
10 feet of dim light. So he
You have
can
to-
see it perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
16 hit?
16 does indeed hit.
What's that 10 coming from?
That's the
It's if you're wielding it two-handed.
yeah. It's
Oh,
weird.
okay.
Just take that off, unless you intend to wield it two-handed most of the time.
I may occasionally, but no, not now.
All right, so 8 slashing damage. It cuts into the mushroom, and it's not. It doesn't feel like cutting a normal thing because there's no bone. There's no. It's just you hit mushroom flesh,
So it's
but
spongy.
you cleave through it.
You hit mycelium. Yes.
Okay, so do I know the secret of the new Star Trek yet?
No.
Is that your turn?
I'm done.
All right, Trox.
Charge.
Not that I have anything different. I'm picturing myself trying to maneuver this glaive inside of this low ceiling, but I guess if I have it horizontal, I can slip it between Dunedin, Dunnakin, and the door.
Oh, he's up on the ceiling.
Okay, I'm better then. All right, I'll go there then. And glaive. Let me find it. Oh, and I have advantage, but perhaps it doesn't matter. Is that a hit?
Oh yeah, that matters. That hits. So 3 damage.
Disappointing. Critical. I rolled a 1. All right.
All right, the Myconid
Ah, that's what it is.
is going to look at Trox.
Stub style legs.
Breathe in. Breathe at you. Make me a con save.
Con save. I figured since I have a con of +3, then maybe.
And just barely, you feel
Oh,
these
Yeah.
effects, and you sort of feel everything go happy for a second. Not high happy, but like everything is cool. Everything's just gonna be okay. And then snap, you're right back to combat.
All right.
And it's going to move underneath Dunnigan to here.
It's behind me 'cause I can't see.
It is behind you. You can spin as a reaction. Merry song.
All right. Well, changes what I was going to do slightly
Go get him, Garfield.
here. And just for that, I'm going to inspire Trox with a bonus action.
What?
And then I am going to stabby.
That's better.
That is a hit.
I was wondering. I'm wondering what piercing damage does versus slashing.
And you, into the soft, mushroomy flesh, pull out. Again, it feels weird. You're not used to something you're stabbing being this soft, but it is doing damage, and this wind's starting to slow down.
So it kind of reminds me of poking into the melons back home.
Why are you poking melons?
Who's that one?
You know, as a kid, you make a dummy and you start, playing for sword work. Well, the head was a melon.
The
I'm also going to hold my breath.
okay. This one's gonna move forward.
I can
Look
do
up
that
at
for
Dunnigan.
3 rounds.
And blow at Dunnigan. Give me a con save, Ian.
Is that a poison?
Not a poison.
It's an hallucinogen.
It's a spore.
If I don't want it in my body, it counts as a poison. Vaccines are poison.
And again, the frog man manages to shake off the effects. Happy for a second, then oh wait, I'm fighting something.
Top
Lana!
Anna!
So
Lana!
this zone you're in right now, would you say it is one of danger?
Yes, we are in the danger zone. Longbow and critted. Oh, right.
Which one? Which one?
Is the one between Mary and Dunnigan, because I can actually see that
Alright.
one.
Your arrow passes straight through its head. It doesn't really have a brain, but the lights coming out of its eyes dim, and it collapses into the floor.
All right.
Yay.
Yay. Don't breathe in the spores, and if you do, it's okay. Just, we're gonna get you through this.
Orange juice and granola bar.
Anything else?
Provided.
I can't really do anything else, so that's it.
Alright. Dunnigan.
Okay. They keep shooting out spores, so let's not grapple them. Let's just try and chop its head in half.
Alright, give me an attack roll. That's a hit. Give me a damage roll. 9 damage.
Oh.
And, yeah, that's it.
Alright, Trox.
I'm not seeing this creature.
Right below me.
It's right under
Yeah.
Dunnigan.
Oh. Okay.
Dunnigan's up on the ceiling. He's
Nice.
just in the entrance.
Nice. I'll swing my glaive. Ho-ho!
Give me a damage roll.
Whammo. Oh. Holy
And
moly.
with a mighty... actually, no. How do you want to do this?
Brendan, would you say this guy is glaved in? Damn it. That would have been funny with that much.
So
Too late
So
now.
those little stubby myconid feet offend me somehow. So I'm with a mighty sweep. I'm going to lop them both off from underneath it. So it kind of drops down a foot or so.
So yeah, you swing around, feint up, go down, chop off its legs.
Sweep them off. Yes.
It falls. It starts to tumble backwards. It catches itself against the wall, and then its legs not supporting anymore. It falls down, dead.
Wow. 21 points of damage for a first level character. That's exciting.
That's one less than Max.
On a mushroom.
Woo! Are there more mushroom people?
They do not appear to be.
All right. Should we hunker down here for the night, or should we follow the tracks into the dark, dark woods?
Maybe we drag the bodies inside and see if more come. That's one possibility.
What if they birth spores?
Right, that's the worry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to trip tonight.
We could haul them out and pitch them into the woods, compost them.
My thought is we should rest, because if we don't rest, we'll be exhausted, and that's a bad thing.
Yep.
In the morning, we know the general direction. These things might have left tracks that we can then follow as well. We go back to their lair. We figure out what's there and how to take care of it. We don't necessarily go into the lair, but...
With the destruction of these, you guys have advanced to level 2.
Wee-hoo!
So we're going to take a 5-minute break.
All right.
Unless you guys want to end the period at night. It's kind of late.
Yeah, it's a good place to end if we want to level.
Yeah, that's true. I just got to do
Alright. Then I will do one last thing.
What weapons were they carrying?
They were just trying to punch you. They didn't get a chance to because the stores didn't work.
And they don't have any loot?
They don't appear to be. They're just mushroom dudes, but you would hear clapping coming from the darkness of the night. But you don't, because this person does not have 2 arms. Someone was watching this fight. Scrag walks out of the darkness.
Hey, did you see these 2 fun guys?
That was pretty good. I haven't seen potential recruits like you in years.
Oh, you're too kind.
When this is over, come talk to me again. The defenders might have some use for you.
Indeed. We found these mushroom people, and they might have, we'll go explore, their home territory to see if we can free the people.
Oh yeah. Unless they've already been inoculated. Ew.
Yeah.
You.
And with that,
And with that, we are done for the night. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you.
Yes, and to join us tomorrow for Tomb of Annihilation with DM Patrick. Bye-bye for now.
fun.